Hi, I'm Dan, and in this video we're going to walk through some power user features within BookStack that might be useful to speed up your navigation and usage of the system. To start off, we're going to go through editor shortcuts. Now, there are plenty of shortcuts for the editor, and they're all documented within our BookStack official documentation. And the shortcuts are generally aligned between the WYSIWYG editor and the Markdown editor, so whatever editor choice that you currently use, it shouldn't really matter too much. I'm just going to go through a quick example of using these. If I go into my little page for testing. So the real ones that you probably just need to get down are all very similar. It's just pressing Control and then a number, or Command if you're on a Mac. So for example, if I do my top header, I can press Control 1. That gets me the largest header, Control 2, slightly smaller, Control 3, slightly smaller, 4 down, and Control 5 resets to standard text. So just knowing those shortcuts just so much quicker than navigating up to that format's toolbar option. And it just makes your whole editing experience so much quicker. And again, it goes all the way up to 9. So if I want to do a new callout block, I can hit Control 9. And that goes into a callout. If I'm still holding down Control and I can just hit 9, that cycles through different types of callouts. So I can quickly get to an error one, for example. Nice and easy. And again, got a new paragraph, I'll just hit Control 5 to reset that back to a standard paragraph. But if I wanted a code block, that would be Control 7, var cat equals dog. Easy. So yeah, just getting to grips with those Control and then number shortcuts makes the whole editing experience so much quicker. It's really worth learning. So my next tip is about navigating BookStack. So you'll probably be aware that you have the book navigation down the side to help you navigate within the same book if you're on a page or a chapter. But this doesn't provide you anything above that book or outside of that book. At the top here, you do get the kind of the chain that led you to the current content. So I'm viewing the page that's in this book, that's in this shelf, that's in the overall shelves within the system. And you can, of course, click on any of these to navigate through this hierarchy. But if we go back down, what you might not be aware of is that you can also click on the arrows between these items within the breadcrumbs. And this will then look at siblings at that level. For example, if we click on under shelves, we click that arrow, and that's going to show me all the shelves that are in the system as if I went to the shelves page. Or if I click on the one next to my current shelf that I'm within, then it'll show me all the books within that shelf. And then you can still do that at the book level, although this is much like the book menu on the sidebar. You'll then see everything within directly under that book. So that gives you a much quicker way to navigate between kind of sibling items, especially at the higher levels of the hierarchy, without jumping out to different pages. My next tip is about linking to pieces of content. So we've got this page here, it's got various different bits of content, but say I wanted to send someone directly to the shopping list. Well, if I select a bit of that text for that block, I'll get this pop up, and this URL provided is a URL that leads exactly to that block. So if I open a new tab and search that, it opens the page and it takes me directly to that block. I'll close this. Along the same lines, within this, we've also got this little edit icon. If we press that, then what this does is opens the editor, but with that section in focus ready to edit. So instead of opening it and it starts at the top and you have to go down and find that bit of content again, that allows you to open the editor right with that bit of content within view, so you can get to editing what you need to right away, which is can be a super speed up benefit, especially on a really large page. The next feature I want to talk about is the content include system. So this is a system that allows you to include content from one page within another. So you can include the entire page itself, all the content within a page, or just a single block. So again, if we select a bit of content within a block that we want to include, again, you get that pop-up. What you can do is hit that little icon there, and it changes the syntax to the include syntax. We'll copy that out, and we'll go to another blank page for now. And then we'll put a bit of information here, my included content, give that a header. And then we'll paste in that syntax hit save, and what you can see is now included that list from the other page, because we chose to include just that specific block. This system does have some limitations. You can't nest the includes, it only goes down to one level for performance reasons. Also, the included content won't be indexed within this page's content. So if you've done a search for biscuits, for example, it's not gonna hit a match for the current page that we're viewing because we've only included it from another page. It's a very dynamic kind of include, but it will still match in the search for the other page that we included it from. So just be aware of those caveats, but it can be extremely useful. Of course, if we edit this, if we wanted to include the whole other page, we can just remove everything and including the hash, or after including the hash, hit save, and now we've included everything from the other page. And of course, we could, within this one, we could put bits after that, we could put bits before that. But yeah, that's included that whole other page, just grabbed all the content from there and put it into this one. Yeah, again, it can be really useful in some scenarios, but it is a lesser known feature for sure. Next up, I want to talk about the templating system. So the templating system allows you to create little reusable blocks that you can then bring into other pages. It's kind of like the include system that I just showed, but it's not a dynamic link. It's a bring that content in and then it's part of the page that you brought it into. So I'll show you what this looks like. If we go to edit this little page for testing, and then in the sidebar, there's this little templates icon. Click on that, opens up the template sidebar. And then you can see I've got a couple of templates. I've got this cat record and server log template. Clicking on those will replace the current contents of the page completely. So I can flip between those. But then you can use these icons over here to instead append them or prepend them. So if I click to append that to the bottom, it then adds it to what I've already got within my page's content. In the same idea, you could also drag these in. So I can say, hey, let's drag that into there. There we go. Now I've got another cat record within the context of this page. So yeah, by using this system, you can create these little reusable blocks of content that you can quickly then fetch into other pages for editing, which can be extremely handy. In terms of creating a template, it's very simple. All templates are just specially tagged pages. So all we'd have to do to create a new template is to create a new page, and then within the sidebar here you click this box and then that marks this page as a template to then be reusable within other pages as a template. And then you see any pages that are templates, they're marked under the details saying, hey, this is now a page template. Otherwise, it acts just like any other page in the system. You can group it and organize it within books and chapters in the same way. You might in fact want to create like a templates book that may be more controlled in terms of who can edit that within your system. And then as long as everyone else can view it, then they can use that within their own pages when editing. The next feature that I want to show is about searching. And in particular, it's about searching using tags. So you can tag any book, chapter, shelf, or page within the system. And as of the latest releases, you can view all your tags by going to the books or shelves page, and then in the action, you've got to view tags. So you can see all of our tags here and how they're used on each of the different items within our system. But pretty much anywhere you see a tag, such as here, you can click on the name of it to start a search for anything that has a tag of the same name. If we go back and click the value, which is 2 in this case, it will look for anything that has a tag with that exact name and value. You can see here it starts a search for where rating equals 2 as a tag. And the tag searches are donated with square brackets. And in this page here, they get added to this nice, easy to use tag searches section as well. We can add a new one or remove them however we like. But where this is looking for rating equals 2, the equals isn't the only operator that we can use here. If we wanted to find everything that isn't 2, we can do not equals like that, and then we'll find everything else that's not 2. But then when you have numeric values for your tags, it gets even more powerful, because then we can use things like greater than or greater than equals, find anything greater than or equals to 2. And then the same with the same idea, less than or less than and equals. And with you can also do like searches, which could allow you to do kind of a contains style of search. So you could do rating contains to, in this case, for example, but it works better with string types of tag values. But all of this is documented within our searching content page within the BookStack documentation. And under advanced search syntax, you'll see a whole bunch of advanced search options, including these tag searches. So you can see all the operators here, some of which we just used. But upon these, outside of tags, there's a whole bunch of available filters. Now you'll see most of these here in the sidebar when you're on the main search page. But there may be a few that you don't know about or are not available in that sidebar here, such as you can search particularly just within the name or the body of a particular page, chapter, or book, or whatever you need. But all of these things that you can add in the syntax, you can do it in other locations where a search bar is visible. For example, if we go to this book, when viewing a book, you'll see the search bar up here that searches just within this book. We can add, or we can use the same advanced search syntaxes within here as well. So we can add tag filters like this one, and it will come up with the same content. So yeah, really powerful. If you ever need to find anything, you can just have a look here, because you can do really powerful searches if you know how the system works. So that covers everything that I wanted to run through. If you think I've missed anything, any power user features that make you efficient on a day-to-day basis, feel free to share those in the comments below to give me insight and to help out others. Otherwise, hopefully you've learned something new in this video to make you a more powerful BookStack user. But yeah, that's everything from me, so goodbye and have a great day.